Hi Leo, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your June 2020 Is It in the Cards love reading. I am just so happy to have you here with me. I appreciate everyone who's been watching and subscribed, liked, commented, and shared these videos. I really appreciate your help and support with growing the channel and letting me share this energy. I'm off to a really nice start today, so I feel like that the energy is very clear today. So this should be a very, precise reading for somebody. I just keep getting that. So anyway, if you're new here too, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And if you hit the bell, you'll be notified when new videos are posted, but they're generally every week. Okay, I do a weekly, monthlies, and then I've started these love readings in lineup because they just seem like kind of a fun thing to read. So here we go. This is for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the guidance for love for Leo for June 2020? I lost control of the cards a little bit, but it wasn't just like one or something where I'd say that was jumping out. I'd say that was more of a me thing than spirit. So let's see here. What's going on for Leo? Guidance, please, for Leo. Now, if this doesn't resonate, especially because it's a love reading, you might want to check your Venus or your Moon on that. So let's see. We get 3 cards for you, 3 cards for them. I've got some oracle cards here that we're going to tie into this, and then 3 cards for the guidance on things. So you start off, you've got the 6 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Star. They have the 5 of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. Whoops, sorry about that. There we go. And then your guidance here is the Fool, the King of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles. So I'll definitely say, is it in the cards? I'm going to say yes. There's definitely love here, no doubt about it. When I start off with you, you may have, you've got an interesting mix of cards here because the 6 of Pentacles here, there's Libra energy here, there's certainly Taurus, there's Aquarius here, and just overall as I look at this, you've got, definitely think you could be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but certainly could be an Aquarius too. There's been a shift, I feel like. I think for some of you, you may have had some financial issues that needed to get resolved, where you've really just been focused on that and trying to get financially stable, and it's coming around, but you just haven't felt good about being in a relationship, and it's especially where there's stress about money and other things concerned. It doesn't feel good, does it, when to jump off into something new when you don't feel your best. And I don't know if you got hit with some kind of bill. It feels like that, like unexpectedly for something. And it almost feels a bit like it was not quite fair, where it was almost like somebody wrecked your car or they hit your car and it somehow cost you money. It was like something like that where it was unexpected. And I don't know, it got you off balance in terms of money. But I do think, so I do feel for a while now you've been pretty passive in terms of being in a relationship. You've been working on yourself, on, the Star card is also a card of, it's wish fulfillment, but it's renewal after a crisis, okay? Because in the tarot, the cards they're in order here, but with the Star card, I believe it comes right after the Death card. It's either, let me think about that, because Temperance is after Death, I believe, and the Star is after the Tower. Yeah, that's right, now that I think about that. So the Star comes after the Tower, and the Star card is exactly that. It's like a time to rebuild, to renew, but she's free, okay? She's free. She's got the stars aligning around her. So I do feel like for some of you, you might have been in a relationship where you weren't true to yourself with this High Priestess. The High Priestess can be about psychic insights, but it can also be about just not being yourself. And some of you may have been in something where you weren't able to really be who you are, and it was leeching your energy. It was a real drain on your energy, and you needed to move away from that. If it wasn't a romantic relationship, it was something where you needed to be away from that so you could be whole in a relationship. Because sometimes what we'll do, there's something called the 7 mirrors of the Essenes. If you've never heard of it, there's a lot of videos. Greg Braden does one on YouTube that's pretty good. But one of the mirrors of the Essenes, it's a pattern. Why we join the relationships that we do. One of the mirrors is seeing what you've lost, given away, or had taken from you in the other person. And what can happen with that is we'll join somebody where we see those qualities, and it's not that conscious. It's not like I say, well, I see where they have spontaneity and I always felt repressed, so I'm going to pick them. It doesn't, it's very subtle. The mirrors are incredibly subtle. And so what can happen is when we become whole in the relationship, we move away because we don't feel like we need that quality anymore. So I do feel for some of you, you've had something where you haven't been true to yourself. But I definitely feel like you have a new freedom and a new happiness coming towards you. We are going to do an archetype before we go on for you. This is Carolyn Mace's work, and she's a theologist, PhD theologist, who is medical intuitive. She's actually a mystic, so she's not a religious teacher. She's spiritual. You got the damsel, and the light attributes are understanding the nature of healthy romance. It inspires you to rely on yourself. But the shadow attribute of this is waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. So I do think that goes along a bit with the high priestess in terms of the shadow side of this is just, really being a whole person, being more than just your body, more than just something. There's something superficial about that to me. So, and to not playing dumb for people. If you feel like you are not an intellectual match with somebody. I've seen this with couples where one person kind of dumbs themselves down to be a fit, and we don't ever want to do that. Although I don't know that Leo would do that, but they might do it with you. So they had some kind of drama going on here. They had the 5 of Wands, and that may have been something I'm almost getting for this person too. It's connected to this where they moved. It was like a physical move, and that caused a lot of kind of upheaval, and they were not in a place really. I'm also getting too where they moved away from a relationship, and they're available. That's for sure. They're available, but they've known chaos, they have known strife, they have known the ego here, and they're aware, though. They're self-aware of who they are with this King of Pentacles. They know who they are. They're very, this could be somebody who even works in finance, but they're very financially secure. This person makes good decisions where money is. They're smart. They might have even bought a property with acreage. I'm getting that for somebody where they live on a large property. They kind of don't like being around a lot of chaos anyway. So they don't like the idea of like a neighborhood or an apartment or a condo kind of isn't really for them because there's just too many people. They like to kind of be out in nature. They like to go on long hikes, to be, like I said, out with nature. They might even have a dog that they like to take out and, just be out in big open spaces with. So what I'm getting for that person is they're strong, they're secure, and they're mature for sure. And they're looking for this 4 of Wands. It's definitely a manifestation card. They want to pull love into them. It's the 1111 in the tarot. It's a time where they want to, they're tired of being single. I can tell you that. They're very tired of being single. They want to have a commitment. They want to have somebody to explore with and to have coffee with on a porch, I'm seeing. So I don't know if you know of somebody that lives in kind of like a country-ish house, but I'm seeing them on a porch with a cup of coffee, and they want somebody there with them besides the dog. So they're eager. They're eager. They might not be that they're not superficial. They're deep, and sometimes they're maybe not as complimentary as some others that you've been with, where there's like a lot of compliments on your appearance and stuff. That doesn't feel like them. It doesn't mean they never do, but there's other things that they do. I mean, they notice, and they're going to find you very attractive. I do feel for some of you this is definitely somebody new. And so, yeah. And I just got in my head, for somebody, they are going to think your skin's very soft. I don't know who that's for, but I just needed to tell you that. So they're light attributes. They got the Father, okay? That's a little creepy after the skin so soft comment, but whatever. They've got the Father. Their light attributes are a talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. And I definitely do get that, especially with the King of Pentacles here. They're a patriarch. The shadow attributes are dictatorial control and abuse of authority. So again, like I said, they're not like, they're deep, but they, they run a structured household. They're not, it's, some of those little mundane things. They're not superficial, like in the sense of wanting to go out to malls and stuff like that. That's just not the kind of stuff they like to do. So your guidance on this, beautiful trio here. This is all about new beginnings, and it's about moving forward without baggage, moving forward without ties to the past negative experiences. You've got a real connection here. There's love here for sure. And so is it in the cards? Yes, I'm going to say yes, it is. And it may not be somebody that you've met yet. It may be somebody you meet over the summer. I'm getting that for you. And June is summer, so it certainly could be. But it's very stable, and there's an opulence here. She's the Nine of Pentacles. She's in this garden, and she's just very statuesque. She's got the one glove on her hand with the bird perched there so perfectly. And she manifests money. She manifests material wealth. That is not a concern at all. So I definitely think that the material parts of this are going to be very stable. There's definitely money here. There is love here, and there's emotional maturity with the King of Cups, okay? So this is somebody who can emotionally commit. This is not somebody who's going to be talking to a variety of people at once on Tinder and Bumble. They would not pull that crap for a second. They're here to, you've got a 0 here. It's infinite potential. You've got infinite potential with this relationship, but they're here to be serious. They've got a serious offer coming through. And that image of the coffee with this person, I also see the paper for them. So they might even be into puzzles, and I don't want to scare you, but they might even like Sudoku and things like that. So anyway, you've got, this is a love oracle card to bring more love into your life. You've got, do something for someone, give your attention to another. So, if there's somebody that has kind of caught your eye, it may be time to become more direct. And then for them, they've got physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. Again, I mentioned they think your skin feels very soft. They may be very physically affectionate, even though they don't give a lot of compliments necessarily. I do think there's love and affection there. So I love you so much, Leo, and I will be back again soon.